and I just thought about finishing my the listing of every building in CityVille. Hopefully for all of those guys out there that have been watching, thank you, and a little bit of feedback would be nice, because I really don't know if I'm right or wrong on anything about that fact. As you can see, this is my little old town here. Nothing changed too much. I'm actually just hoarding coins at the moment, and I don't want to be gaining levels as fast as maybe I could be gaining them. While at the same time I was just trying to figure out what is the best, what are the best buildings, what is the highest productivity that you can have, and generally this kind of stuff right here. Now, as you can see, I'm all out of goods, and my little town right here is actually making sufficient amount of money. I mean, I'm making about 50 or 60,000 coins a day, which is not impressive, but for the growth that I need is quite enough. And you may also notice the fact that I've got a lot of empty space out here. I've just bought these parcels, these expansions, and I haven't built anything on them. The reasoning for that is the fact that I will be modifying my city in the near future to make it more accurate. Oh, I don't have the supply for this. No matter, I'll just supply them a bit later. So to be a bit more accurate, you need place, because you cannot store stuff, so you need to have empty space for you to make permutations of buildings and roads and everything, items that you've got. And I will be looking to actually modify the whole outlook of my city, just make neighborhoods, build efficient housing and shopping blocks, with these what are they called? Decorations that obviously enhance your payouts. And I also need to be doing a worksheet about the decorations as well, although there are hundreds of them and the sizes are actually quite important. Okay, so let's just get back to the matter at hand. I see one ship or two ships coming in right now, which is not of interest to me. I'll just get everything that I have. It's a decent city, I have to say. It's not full of stuff. It's not using the "oh my goodness, you don't need roads" tutorials that we all know and we've seen on YouTube. I personally don't think that that's a good reason for building your city with just sidewalks and having an enormous blob of buildings which make no sense, have no aesthetics and such. What I have done today is a spreadsheet about the CityVille shops. Let me just enhance this a bit. Okay, that's it. This is everything that we need. So what we have here is the names of the shops above, and also I have categorized them on income, supply, cost. And the only two factors that I deem important in this spreadsheet are the income per supply, which I have dubbed profitability, which means how much coin you get for each good that you have that you've just served to the population. And we can see all of the data here from all of the shops. You can actually check this out. It is just the same as in the game. And I've actually dubbed income divided through supply, which means actually what I've pointed out before, the exact amount of coins that you get for each good. So the profitability I've dubbed as low when smaller than 4, which means you get 4 coins for each good. And if we take a look at the goods, if we take a look at the goods production worksheet that I've done earlier, the only ones that actually cost less than 4 times, so for example, if you only buy goods from Charlieville on the train and you only sell them in a bakery, then the amount of coins going into the production of the goods and coming in from the bakery is exactly the same. Of course, you would not like that. You would like to actually make a profit, and generally everything that is above 2 or even 1%, but there is no building that makes 1%, is actually making you profit. Is actually kind of good. Good. So at this point, we can easily assess the situation and say that the shops that give you less than 4 coins for each served goods are actually low income shops or low profitability shops, and these are only the first 5 shops in the line right here. Now the ones that give you before somewhere between 4 and 5 are actually the medium amount of profitability, and everything that goes above 5 is actually the highest profitability overall. I should have given this a red color if I remember correctly, and this as well. Okay, so what the green color suggests is the fact that that is the best at its tab. So in our example right here, we've got the sushi shop, or I don't know, restaurant, which actually gives you 5.5 coins for each good that you serve in it. And consider the fact that it only costs 12,500 coins and only needs 110 goods. This is actually the second best in my preference. This is actually my personal preference, and the first one is the handbag shop, which actually costs a lot less and gives almost the same amount of profit out. Okay, at the same time, it is also important to know how easy or how much time is usually required for you to get a refund out of your investment. So at this point, this is not in minutes or hours. This is actually in times harvested, because of the fact that harvesting a restaurant or a shop, for that matter, takes an unknown amount of time. Maybe it would be known, but I would have to do some experiments with different types of population, if they are happy, unhappy, content, or something like that, and also with the amount of goods that are actually needed in a given amount of time. Now, I can say for sure that the 10 supply shops, which are the game store and the bakery, they take less than 5 minutes, or maybe just a couple of minutes, for them to serve all of those 10 goods. So I can basically extract from that the fact that a shop that has 100 supply would take around 1 hour, maybe even less, if your population is on green, just like it is in my town, as you can see right here. Okay, so I forgot to get maybe I'll get the tower. So keep your fingers crossed for me. Nah, I just got 1,000 coins. Okay, it's better than nothing, but I would have loved to get another tower, as I do have one at this point. And it's awesome. And I also forgot to put in the details, but I think that I've mentioned them. Anyway, here are the details. The tower basically costs nothing, so this is quite nice. And you get 200 population out of it, which is really interesting, really nice. And also 200 coins each day. So the tower takes a full day, 24 hours. To be able to harvest. So it is one of the most efficient housing, because I've also got the housing blocks over here that you guys can see, and I've also added the latest 2 housing blocks to the list. But let's just go back to my initial talk about the shops. So at this point, we can see that the shop that takes the least amount of harvest for your investment to be refunded is the coffee shop. But at the same time, it has one of the smallest profitabilities, which is 3.2. So yeah, basically you're not going to be getting a lot of gold out of it, a lot of coin out of it, but you will be getting your money back the fastest, and by the fastest I mean a lot faster. I mean 2 times. That can happen, and I mean you can harvest a 100 supply shop like 4 or 5 times even a day. So this is quite interesting and quite a nice thing. Although I would not be going for such shops, as you can't just fool your city with only coffee shops. That would be ridiculous, of course. So the refunding time and harvest I have dubbed as low when it is smaller than 10 times, which is a good thing.